How is it going, people? Welcome back and thank you for spending your time with me today. So let's get right into it. I have 3 simple builds that are, well, simple. And the first of these 3 simple builds is this awesome underground water base. Here's the material palette that you'll need. There's no numbers because you can go bigger or smaller, it's up to you, but this is the main materials that we used. So let's get into it. Here's the foundation. It's 11 by 11 blocks, and these are the foundations that we're using, and we're starting with stripped dark oak log. Using dark oak logs, build 3 blocks up and connect them together with some smooth quartz blocks. Then using dark oak logs again, go up another 3 blocks. Now we're going to add dark oak logs to separate the windows and the walls, so just follow my lead here, and once that's done we're going to connect them again with some smooth quartz blocks. Now the reason we're doing it in this fashion is because we're going to have a gap in the wall for some chests, and it's just going to make like the interior look so much better. So at the moment it looks a bit sporadic, but trust me, like there is a reason and a purpose to the way that I'm putting these foundations. Now we're going to use some light grey wool for the floor. Now if you want to use a different colour, use a different colour. I like light grey though. And then underneath we're going to use some quartz stairs to add some depth to the home, and then fill the gaps with quartz blocks. Next we'll be adding the glass for the windows. And now we can connect the main wall of the home with quartz blocks. Place any 6 blocks in this gap, then go to the outside, add trapdoors, come back in, destroy them, and you've got a nice gap in the wall for some chests. Now we can complete the rest of the walls with spruce logs and dark oak logs. I love this colour variation for homes. Now let's finish the roof with more quartz stone and add some shape to it, and then complete it with glass. And now finally we can add a door to our home. And then we got to drain the water with some sponges and add some lanterns because, you know, we need some light. I absolutely love the layout of this base. It's such a simple base to build, but it's really cool. I think it fits being under the ocean, and aesthetically it looks amazing. I hope you guys liked this build. Obviously let me know in the comments if you liked it, what you didn't like about it, and if you've built it, like, link me to your channel. I'd love to see what you guys have done with this base. So in order to get in and out, 'cause we need a way in, don't we? Put some magma down and some soul sand, then put some kelp on the soul sand and destroy it, and the magma will pull you down, the soul sand will push you up. So essentially it's an underwater elevator system. Brilliant, look at it, easy. And yeah, you need a way in and out of your base. I wanted to go for something different. I've seen a couple of people do this and I really like the idea, so we went with that. Now in terms of interior design, I'm going to let you guys decide what you want to do. I'm going to show you what I've done so you can see what I've done, but I'm not going to like really get into it because I just kind of winged it with this. There was no kind of plan. In terms of interior design, I always go with some kind of natural, like aesthetically pleasing kind of looking sort of builds, you know, like I like the greenery, I like the shrubs, I like the plants, but if you want to see more interior design stuff, I've got some coming your way, and obviously if there's something that you want to see, let me know in the comments again. But this is what I've done. You can copy it or you can make it your own, completely up to you. But I hope you enjoyed this base, and I'm going to let the music roll out, and then I'll see you in the next base in a minute. So here we are, the jungle treehouse. So simple to build, doesn't look simple to build, but it is. Takes a bit of time. Great base, not a lot of room on the inside. I went for it to kind of look like it was built into the tree, so in terms of inside like space and room, not a lot. So we start by finding a tree, and then we're going to build 2 rows of 5 blocks out from it. Eventually there will be 8 blocks out, but we're going with 5 for the moment. And then what we're going to do is go 8 to each side. Now remember to change the blocks around, because otherwise you're going to have blocks that are sideways and blocks that are straight, and that I cannot cope with that. My OCD won't let me. So it's got to look asymmetric. So the 2 on the side, you can make sure you go 2 blocks deep, and that's it. Now what we're going to do is use some strip oak log and then oak logs for the doorways. So do this around every side. Silly vines, get out of the way. Awesome. Right, so now we can extend the foundation. And we're making it look like a curved base, so it's almost like a circle. And there we go. Now put a layer around the outside of some dark oak planks or jungle planks or acacia planks. I ended up going with jungle. And then on top of those, you want to put some fencing. Go with whatever colour suits you though. Now put some fencing in the corners of the oak logs. And now we can connect the oak logs, and this is going to be the doorways. So now we're going to build the roof to this. It's pretty simple. You know, you put stairs and then put stairs underneath them so it looks like it's going up essentially, so you've got the angle. Nice and easy. And then on top of the doorways just put some planks. And then to connect them, we'll be using slabs. Now once that's done, we're going to be building more doorways just like we did underneath. This home's very much rinse and repeat. It's the same principle every time, just the higher we go, the smaller it gets, essentially. Now we'll complete the doorways. So on the top layer, we're going to be going 3 blocks high with the roof because this is the final layer. So you can go as high as you want. I went quite high because I wanted it to look like it was built into the tree. Going for those aesthetic vibes. Then use some slabs to complete the roof. Right, now we can build the flooring. Nice and easy. Like I said, there's not much room in here, guys, so this is a proper simple base. Looks good. Looks like it's got loads of room, but it doesn't. Now put doors all around the doorways, in each and every single one. And now we're going to be doing the windows. So for the windows, we're going to be using stairs. So normal, and then upside down, and then a glass plane in between. So it looks like the windows kind of recessed in, gives it that like really cool kind of vibe. And then on top of the doors, we're going to be using stairs again to add like that kind of depth look to the home. Home hacks. Now outside the doors on the bottom layer, you can put some grass so you can start cooking. You're not cooking, so you can start growing some food in this space. Obviously you don't have to. Remember to take a block out and put some water there though, so they do grow. Obviously you don't have to do this, but it's completely up to you. And then building stairs in underneath this base, I usually do it so you got to jump up to reach the stairs. And in terms of underneath the base, use some stairs that are upside down, just to make it look like it's, you know, again going for depth and like it's built into the tree. If you just have it kind of flat, it looks a bit boring. Like no one wants a boring base, do they? And then build stairs to the third layer. Third layer, the second layer. What am I talking about? There's only 2 stories in this house, guys. And then finally, let's add some lanterns because you need some light. Now I'm not going to be showing you the interior for this base because I didn't actually do a great deal because it was kind of basic. It's just like a basic survival base, so there's not a lot of room to work with, but that'll be for another video anyways. And now let's go to the underground base. So here's the material palette for this home. Now, if you want to go bigger, go bigger. You want to go small, always say that. But the foundations for this base are 7x7. And then obviously going deep into the base, I like to build at least 11 blocks down, like minimum of 9, absolute minimum. And then obviously the surface area of the base is 6x6. So I would go down about 11 if I were you. And then we're going to have 3 rooms. Obviously you can have 4. A little doorway in. I like to go 3 or 4 blocks for the doorway, and then the actual rooms themselves are around 5x5 or 6x6. It depends how big you want them. I like to keep it as symmetrical as possible, but you could actually have like a couple of mini rooms and then like a master room, so it's like entirely up to you. So underneath the foundation, so the podzol, I like to put some wood, make it look like a support structure, and then we're going to connect them like a frame, like a support frame. You can actually have wood on the outside as like as part of the foundation, but the reason I went with podzol is because I wanted this base to, obviously I know the wood stands out, but I wanted it to look kind of inconspicuous, so it's not like too in your face, and so that's why we went with podzol. So now the support pillars are done, we're going to connect them all together, and this just gives it that wooden frame aesthetic. Because I like realism. I do like realism in my builds. I like to, you know, it's got to be something that could actually exist. So now we're going to start digging away. So one thing to remember is you want to dig 1 wall deep in when we're putting the walls down. And I use stripped dark oak log and stripped spruce log. It's a favourite colour palette of mine. I've done it in a lot of other builds. It's just, yeah, I love it. It's a good colour variation. Now we're going to build the rooms. So 3 blocks high for the doorway, and then go about 3 or 4 blocks in, or 2 blocks. It's up to you. It depends how, you know, you don't want too much of a corridor to get into the room. And then in terms of room size, like I said earlier, go about 5x5 or 6x6. And in terms of like height, I like to have it at least 4 or 5 blocks. I like a high ceiling, so the room feels more open when you get in there. Because the thing is, with an underground base, it's actually quite confined. So you kind of want your rooms and stuff to feel, or the home itself to feel as open as possible, as well as the room. So you want it like big and open, and then it gives off like, it's almost like a trick, isn't it? It's like a trick of the mind, because it's actually a very small base, and you look at it from the outside, it's like, oh, what? You know, there's nothing in there. And then you go and it's like this big open base. So, you know, it's all trickery. So this is where the ladder will be. You can have a door either side of this as well if you want, if you wanted more rooms, like I said, or you can have stairs leading down. But that's going to be for another video. So I'm going to do like a couple more underground bases where they're a little bit bigger and all that good stuff. So stick around for that. And obviously I don't think I've even said it yet. If you're new around here and you're liking this video and you made it this far, consider subscribing. And I'm hoping that you're liking this content so far. Leave me some feedback in the comments. So now we're doing the walls, like I said, stripped dark oak log, stripped spruce log. It's my favourite colour palette for walls, especially bases like this. It just looks so good together. So for the bedrooms, I like to mix it up colour palette wise. I like to use birch, stripped birch, oak log and stripped oak log just to make it a bit more light and vibrant, because I like to break the home up colour wise so it's not too samey. You want it a little bit different. Now let's add some light and some stairs. The stairs upside down leading into the rooms. give it a bit more depth. And obviously light so we can see. So for the ceiling, I'm using oak planks just to keep the rooms nice and light. And then for the floor, I'm using stripped oak log. I'm going for a really light theme for the bedrooms. And then in the main entrance, we're going to be using spruce planks, again breaking up the colours, keeping it, you know, varied and stuff. So now we're going back to the outside, we're going to make our entrance in. So cover the hole with glass, and then we're going to be using a trapdoor leading to some ladders to get into the base. And then to connect all the podzol, we're going to be using some oak slabs. Now you can use spruce slabs, they're a bit darker, or even dark oak slabs. Your call on this one, guys. And that is the entrance in. Hello. So something I like building all the time, you may have noticed this in a couple of my builds already, I can't help myself, it happens nearly every time, is the crafting table that is lit up with some foliage. So it's 3x3, you go down 4 blocks, you add some lights to the bottom, whether it be sea lanterns or glow shrooms, add some foliage, put the crafting table on top of the middle one, and then surround it with glass. It's fantastic. It looks so good. I can't help it. It's like one of my favourite little designs. And then you put on the outside some barrels for storage. It takes up no room, gives you an insane amount of storage, gives you a crafting table, some light, and it just looks so good. Like when you get into the home, just look at it. It looks amazing. So this is the rooms that I've done. So basic farming room. And then over here we have got the enchanting room, which is awesome. And then we got the master bedroom. So this is it done. A couple of barrels built into the walls. Obviously a bit of greenery, a bit of foliage, a bit of extra storage. Nothing too fancy. You can pause the video if you want to copy the build layout, like the interior design, but it honestly was nothing too fancy. But I hope you liked this build, guys. I hope you liked this video in general. Obviously let me know your thoughts in the comments if you want to see more of this, because more is coming. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.